Welcome to Homeless Hope, as always. You know, I'm Rev. Donnie, take it and introduce yourself.
Donnie D, and the place to be. Thanks for everybody for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget, smash the like button and appreciation. And we're going off the hip with this today. We're going to be off the hip. And with that said, we're going to get started.
I was sitting here pondering about how we're going to do the show tonight. I know we've been doing some short clips of us being goofy and stuff like that. I'm trying to go ahead and bring more attention to the show. And the thing about it is, the last couple days was a little interesting. Been very interesting, to be honest with you. I haven't done the full show for a while. The thing about it is, me and Donnie D.
Yummer.
Yeah, right. We've been trying to go ahead and promote the problems with the homeless a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about something tonight about the problem that a lot of homeless have. Okay?
Yeah.
I talked about drug addiction. I talked about alcoholism. And I talk about a lot of that stuff. And the thing about it is, the homeless gets through it. There's a lot of, and we went on non-profit organizations, stuff like that, with his resources and stuff like that. But some people, they think that the homeless has no hope. And that's why we call it the Homeless Hope, is to give homeless hope. Me and Nani, and I respect 100% on the police, the sheriff, and all that. I respect them. But I just think they have a different perspective. I just do. And that's my personal opinion. I'm not asking you to agree with me by any means.
Yeah.
But here's two factors. Here's the factors that I got. And it's speaking out of my heart. There are great cops out there. Great sheriff's deputies out there.
Right.
They are. There is not a question in my mind about that. But there are some deputies, police, that just look down on us.
Yeah.
That might, I wouldn't say harass, they care. They really do care.
Right.
But they take the wrong perspective about it.
Yeah, they do.
They not understanding of why certain people are here, homeless, and why not.
Yeah.
Me and Donnie D was sitting here getting ready to do a show, and two sheriff's deputies pulled up. And I have nothing but most respect for them. Absolutely.
Right.
Whole 9 yards. But they look at us like we're nothing.
I know.
But there was one gentleman, one deputy that I have to give credit to. He's sympathetic and all that other stuff. I talk about the homeless. And the thing about it is, some people just want to be homeless. Some people just need a break from life.
Yeah.
Me and Donnie D was sitting here just having a beer. You know how many people that I see go into this parking lot where I stay at behind a gas station and have a beer and not get hassled?
Most of them drop off food and money.
Yeah, some of them do. And when they drop off food and money, I pass it on to the street. I pass it on to people that need it.
Right.
You know, if I can't use it, I always pass it on. These people out here are not worthless. They never have been. They just gave up hope. That's it. Sometimes people need a hand up. And that that sheriff deputy came over yesterday, and he's trying to talk me out of staying out in the woods. There's other places that I can go and stuff like that. I know that. But the thing about it is, I do better work out here doing this show. I know me and Donnie D gets a little goofy and all that. We get goofy, but the only fact is that we want to bring more attention to the show. And please subscribe. Subscribe to us. I want to get the word out about the homeless. Not everybody. I've been homeless for 7 years. If you look through my videos and stuff like that, you'll know my whole life story. And this is why I'm homeless. And I came across of making this happen. Homeless Hope. And that's the way it happened. By us helping each other. Especially the homeless, the deputies, the police officers and stuff like that. I want them to understand. Not everybody out there who's homeless, you know. Donnie, yesterday, he got himself a ticket for an open container. Me and him were sitting here listening to music. And Donnie had a beer in front of him. A police officer came up. A sheriff's deputy came up and gave him a ticket for an open container. It's going to cost him about $30. We didn't have beer cans around. We wasn't drunk. We wasn't doing anything.
Right.
But having a beer, listen to music. And all that.
Trying to cope with reality. Yeah.
I'm not knocking the deputy. He's doing his job, and I understand cops have to do their job and deputies have to do their job. I understand that. But we weren't bothering nobody. We're getting ready to do a show. And, you know, he ends up with a ticket because he had a beer by his foot.
Yeah.
Who are we bothering? Honestly, who are we bothering? We're not bothering anybody. We're getting ready to make a show, trying to promote the education of the homelessness.
Yeah, it was really distracting too, actually.
You know?
But
and I didn't do a show last night because of this. Then another deputy pulled up, and he's a big teddy bear. He really is. He's really caring. He doesn't want to see me on the streets.
right.
I understand that. I understand that. He has compassion. So don't think I'm knocking the deputies or police officers or anything else like that, because they're a lot kind-hearted. But I don't think they understand the things that go on in people's lives. Me and Donnie D, we're just sitting here trying to educate of the things that we see on the street. We've seen everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
I've been homeless for 7 years. How long you been homeless, Donnie?
Since Hurricane Katrina, yeah.
Yeah.
Since
Now,
Hurricane Katrina.
we're trying to make a difference. And I hope, that just because you drive by us, you don't think less of us. We're human beings just like you are. We're human beings just like the police or sheriff's department is. We're just like everybody else.
Yeah.
To treat us a little different. If a guy was sitting here at a court, but if a guy's sitting here with a BMW, pulled up, leaning on the side of his car, drinking a beer, you think he'd be arrested? Or me and you, me and Donnie D,
Yeah.
sitting here having a beer, are we gonna be arrested? Yes, I know we did some funny videos with us getting a little drunk. We don't harass nobody. We don't bother nobody. Not at all. And that's what my point is across. I know police have to follow the law. And that's what they're hired for, to enforce the law. So is deputies. Anybody in law enforcement. So I'm not knocking them. But sometimes they don't get the full perspective. There's a lot of good homeless people out there.
Yeah. They should have a bigger heart.
People out there. And just to sit down and have a beer, come on.
Right.
Or have a good time. We cannot afford to go to a club and all that and get drunk and sloppy and pass out in the bathroom. We can't afford that. We sit there and we have a couple beers. And we have a smile and laughter. And we have a great time.
Know how to enjoy life without all those enmities that everybody desires.
That's a good point. Donnie, do you want to say a word? Point it towards yourself if you want.
Well, everybody's cops or officers are trying to just do their job and stuff. All they want to do is try to do their job. They follow state statutes that is set out by the government and in the state. And all they want to do is make sure that everybody is safe and for the will of the people, pretty much. Everybody just wants to be safe and live their life. And what we do is like our decision and our comfort zone. It's our comfort zone for what we do. And a lot of people disagree with what we like, but they don't understand, it's our comfort zone for what we choose and what we desire for happiness and things like that,
Donnie, you brought up a good point. Is happiness. I'm going to put one on happiness. I'm also going to say goals. A lot of times people are trying to help and all that. You can give them some goals when it comes to the homeless. You can try to help them. But here's the thing about it is, what is happiness? You got to make sure they're happy. Yes, you can have all the goals in the world, and you can dictate what goals somebody can have. But if they're not happy, they're not going to achieve the goals.
Yep.
You got to understand that. And this is why I wanted to start Homeless Hope. This is exactly why I want to start Homeless Hope. To realize you've got to have happy medium. You have to have a happy medium.
Yeah.
You know,
What we do
you can
is,
tell somebody all day long you have to do this, do that, and the other thing. And they're going to go along with it. Are they happy?
right.
That's the question that you have to ask yourself about. Are you happy? You know? If they're not happy, find out what makes them happy.
Yep.
You know? I mean, that's the thing. This is the reason why these nonprofit organizations doesn't work. These group homes don't work half the time. You're not asking that damn question of what makes them happy. What do you need? Do you want to see your family? Do you want to start a life? They don't ask those questions. All they say is come in, go to work, pay me $150 a week or $100 a week. You got a bed, and that's it. You know? They don't ask these questions on what's gonna make you happy. Okay, get them off the street. Okay, pay me 150 bucks, and you can stay here once a week. I mean, a week.
Yeah.
I know these rooming houses are banking it. They put 4 people inside the room, and they're charging $100 to $150 a week. 4 people in a room.
Yeah.
Okay, so per room, how much is that, Donnie? You're better at math than I am.
So we're
All right,
looking
honey,
at
that's $300 per
600.
room a week, and they have 20 rooms. You think I want to stay there? And they make it mandatory for you to take classes and all that. Why don't you just ask them? These non-profit organizations are a bunch of crap.
Yep. Well.
Am I wrong, Donnie?
I am. I mean,
Tell
no.
me if I'm wrong.
No.
Non-profit for profit. That's exactly what they are. So anyhow, subscribe to the channel. As always, enjoy the show.